Welcome to Will It Work? I'm Kevin. Today we're looking at the Justice League plug-and-play TV game from Jakks Pacific. This one does include the cartridge port on the back, so we can play multiple games like a standard game console. You got two buttons here, and reset and a power on-off. So we'll switch it over to the video side and see how it works. I'm starting to go through the list, and I think I almost have all of the Jakks Pacific TV games. Not all of them yet, but I'm very, very close. There may be some obscure ones out there, or I don't have all of the variants of different things because they often had different models for the same games, etc. But yeah, I think my collection of Jakks Pacific titles is almost complete. We're getting there. You're getting to see them all. So we'll flip over to the video side, see what we got. Here we go. Justice League Assault on the Watchtower. Yeah, a little scrog in my throat. War World Challenge. Flight to OA. Imperium Crisis. Apocalypse Skies and options. Press the big button to continue. I never read the instructions. Just like, hey, I'm playing Hawkman. I'm just going to go for it. Stop the shade. You got it. Or Hawkwoman. I'm actually Hawkwoman. You know, one of the first comic books I ever had was the Hawkman #1, but it wasn't like the first Hawkman, but it came out like the 80s, this one. And I think I got it at like a drugstore or something. It wasn't rare, nothing like that, but it was like the first one I bought, I think, because it was probably just the cover art made it look like it was a bit more exciting or something, you know, for when I was a kid. And but I always thought it was kind of ridiculous, like because the Hawkman and the Hawkwoman, they would carry these medieval weapons with them, right? Not guns, but they would carry like a mace, you know, like a ball with spikes on it. And I'd be like thinking to myself, like, well, what are they going to do with that? Like, if you hit somebody with that, you're probably going to kill them, right? So what is the deal? Like, what do you know, you don't believe in guns or something? It was like, if you ever watch like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, that was another thing. Like all the time on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, they would have these like really medieval weapons. They would all go out hunting vampires with like axes and things like that. But they never ended up using any of those. Like that looked cool, but they never, like, all they would do is stake the vampire with a wood stake, and he would turn into dust, which was a good effect. It was a good way to get rid of bodies and stuff like that. But yeah, so Hawkman, you know, because you know, the dude does, all he could do really is fly and wear a mask. You know, he didn't have any powers at the time. So yeah, I never bought another one. I started hanging out with Don Anderson, and we ended up, like, you know, getting into comic books. The time it was kind of like, we read some like Dark Horse comics and things like Grimjack and stuff, but I mean, for the most part, I was reading most of the mutant comics, like the X-Men and stuff, because it was just Uncanny X-Men was kind of at its peak at that point, at that time anyway. And so, yeah, but Hawkman had a moment in time where it was cool. It was the first thing. All right, I don't know what's going on with this game. Like, do I just keep going? Oh, save the game. I'm gonna save it under Billy. Sorry, Billy. I'm going to keep your name in remembrance of you, but I don't even know why I saved it, because it's not like I'm going to ever come back and play this again. Maybe in 10 years or something, somebody will be like, does that work? And I'll be like, yeah, here. And I'll just like resume my game. I'll be like, you want to buy it? I don't know. I figure if I ever do sell these, it'll probably be in one big package. Somebody's going to have a lot of money if they're going to want to buy all these systems that I have at the same time. Of course, I could piece them out, but, you know, it would make more sense for somebody if they were going to buy this before I die. That, man, I'm like glowing and shit. I've turned into Martian Manhunter. You know, that I would do that. I guess I can't do anything with these either. Just destroy them. Yeah, and sell them in one big thing. Because wouldn't you want to just pay for like one thing and own all the game consoles ever made? If you could afford it. I mean, if you can't afford it, then it's an expensive hobby to get into. Believe me. Believe me, I will tell you the truth. It's expensive as hell to collect game consoles. So somebody's got to do it. All right. Well, that's it, folks. That's the Justice League game. Obviously, there's more to this, but yeah, this is all we're gonna look at for today. We know it works, and it's a keeper. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.